Welcome everyone to the first episode of Vibrate or Diedrate. Today is October 30th, 2020.
It is.
I am 3rd Street.
It's your boy Mikey P. What up? In the cut like Neosporin.
And a lot has happened this past week, so we're just going to cover some different topics, talk to you guys, because, we just vibe it. So the election is coming up.
It is.
It's Next week. That's terrifying. I cannot believe, the year's almost over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, don't do that to me. Oh.
It's literally November. November is next week. Oh my God. And Halloween is tomorrow. Jesus. So, Michael, I saw your Snapchat. I heard you voted for Kanye.
I did not vote for Kanye. I put out on my story that I voted for Kanye. That was a joke.
Okay.
I think it's funny.
All right.
I think he's funny. I think he's a joke.
Yeezus.
Oh, that was a trip. I think 3 people swiped up to tell me that was a mistake. 2 of them I knew pretty well, well enough that they should have known it was a joke. And then one person that I essentially knew not at all, in a way that they shouldn't have felt comfortable telling me that my voting decisions are bad. It was very in both situations just surprised me.
I mean, as soon as I saw it on your story, I knew people were gonna swipe up.
Yeah, well, I kind of I put it out there, full well knowing that was gonna happen. I'm just I was surprised by which people swiped up on my story.
Got you. Well, I feel on that note, everyone, Michael voted early, as he's said.
I did vote early.
Yeah, I mailed in, so I voted early, so...
I bought a whole plane ticket to vote early.
He really did.
I bought 3.
Yeah, he's really traveling a lot.
Yeah.
It's COVID, Michael.
I know.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Why do I not? Fuck. What am I doing?
But guys, just vote, okay? The election's coming up. I think right now it's too late to mail in at this point, but, find your nearest voting booth, get out there, go vote. Next week we'll have more to talk about on the election because it would have already happened, so we will see where that goes. But
that'll be a fun podcast.
You know what did happen this week, Michael?
What happened? Tell me.
Do you really want to know?
I know, but I know you're going to tell me anyways.
The Dodgers, I don't know if you ever heard of them. The LA Dodgers won the World Series. World champions. It was
go Dodgers.
Absolutely the best day of my life since 2016 when the Broncos...
Shout out Daddy Manning. Oh my goodness. Go Donkeys.
Think about him every night. And that's supposed to sound creepy. Yeah, that was a little weird now that I think about it.
I hope he hears this.
His poster is in my room. So I just see him every night. And so I just think about it. And
if I ever meet him, I'm going to show him this podcast.
Please don't. He's going to think I'm weird. For sure. And I don't want that. But I do love Daddy Manning.
Shout out Daddy Manning.
But I love Mookie. Daddy Mookie even more.
Daddy Mookie. Would you call him a daddy? He's more he's
Bro, he is...
How old is he?
He's a literal father. He has a child.
Oh. I thought it was our age. I'd be Brother Mookie.
Bro, I think he's low-key going bald. And, granted, I feel we know people who are going bald that are our age, but still, homie's going bald. He's not our age. I think he's probably late 20s, early 30s. But he definitely has a kid. He has a little daughter. I think she's probably, toddler age. But Daddy Mookie. I love that man.
I'm always surprised when athletes have children. I just because I see the only parts of their lives that I see, I kind of just assume that that's their only life.
They just come out of the cage just for that.
Right. Yeah. Aside from being on national television for games, they just sleep.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
So ice bath and then just sleep. Would you say that they have a center for all athletes and they just lock them in rooms?
Yeah, they probably just have a room or something. I don't know.
Got you.
See, that's the thing I wouldn't know. That's not the part I see.
C-team basketball, right?
C-team sophomore. Cut from JV and varsity.
Oh my
exactly.
gosh.
I wouldn't know.
You're a great athlete.
Thank you.
I promise you. But Justin Turner.
Now that's an athlete.
That is an athlete.
That is an athlete.
That also literally has COVID currently.
Okay, we were talking about this earlier, and I'm surprised he was tested twice.
Yeah.
The first time he tested positive when?
I think he tested positive either like the day before or the morning of, and so then they did a rapid test.
And then they still played him.
Yeah.
After the first positive test.
They thought it was a false positive.
Can you imagine any other test that you get? They're like, yeah, we're just gonna let you go about your day. Like, you go into test for like some like terrible disease or something, and they're like, yeah, we just think it's a false positive. Positive. Go on about your day. We'll get your second test eventually.
Yeah. And like the second test, it came in during the 6th inning, I believe. And that's when he got pulled. And like, I don't know, like, I totally get it. If you are a World Series champion, like, this is probably like the best day of your life, of course, that you will ever have unless you win another World Series again. And like, I totally understand that you want to celebrate with your team. But like, I don't understand all of his actions exactly. Like, I know that, like,
what all did he do? I didn't see the whole thing.
So, like, I know that, like, people that were, like, reporting on it, they were like, oh, yeah, the team did not care. He didn't care. They were like, yeah, he deserves to celebrate. I mean, like, yeah, he's a third...
Do you think his team actually didn't care, or they were just, like, so hyped up in the moment, or they were just trying to, like, you know what, like in their subconscious, or, like, in the back of their head, they're like, we do mind, but we're not going to deprive him of this.
I feel like it was part of, like, the fact that he was already around all of them, like, before that, at that point.
Yeah,
like, why would they even care? But, like, I don't know, like, he plays often. Like, he's one of the people that brought them to a world champion. So, like, of course, he deserves to celebrate. But, like, he came on the field and, like, literally, like, went around hugging everyone, like, all of that stuff. And, like...
What a monster.
Like... Like, he came in to the picture and, like, he originally had his mask on, and he says that he's asymptomatic and he's not feeling anything, but, like, bro, like...
Me too. I don't feel anything anymore.
This is getting really depressing. Are you okay? Do you want to talk?
I'm fine. It's just at lunch, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna... If you want to talk after this, we can talk.
Oh, deal. I'm with it.
Like, he literally, like, sat next to... like, Dodgers manager, like, cancer survivor, took off his mask, and I was just like, bro, like, that's a little ballsy at that point.
That's so ballsy. Do you think he's just like, oh, he beat cancer, he could beat anything?
That, good mindset. I mean, faith, like just have faith, be optimistic in life.
Sure.
And, like, I guess, they're all athletes, they're all healthy people, so if they get COVID, I'm sure that they're all strong enough to beat it. Just a very scary thing.
Yeah. It's still COVID. Like, we don't have a vaccine for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, healthy people die all the time. So, I mean, like, they have been dying from the pandemic. So, it's just scary. But, I mean, still, I'm proud of him for leading us to a world championship.
I
would also like to thank Daddy Mookie. My baby Corey got MVP. Love you. And of course, Cody.
Dude, shout out Cody.
Hitting homers. Yeah. Nonstop. Love that, man. Yeah. But it was honestly a really good game.
Okay. We talked about this a while back when I first brought it up, and I was like... So I put out, just before the World Series started, I put out a tweet, mostly with just the only intention just to piss off people. Yeah. Which it got you. Yeah. And pissed you off.
Definitely pissed me off.
And the tweet was, why do the two worst cities have to be in every single championship? That's in reference to LA. As in, like, the Lakers.
Yes.
Which I'm happy the Lakers won this year. I actually happy they won this year.
Yeah. I mean, especially like Kobe,
For Kobe.
Yeah, of course.
For Kobe. And, like I knew it. LeBron wasn't going to lose this year.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. And then Tampa, they won Stanley Cup. I just I don't know. I think I just have beef with Tampa because of, I know a lot of people from Florida, and I feel like a lot of them are, like, fake fans. They only appreciate the team when they're doing good. Mm-hmm. And not just good, like, they only appreciate them when they're doing great.
Right.
When they're hot shit.
And, like, that's how it's like in Miami?
Miami, for sure. Especially with the Miami Heat, a year ago, they weren't posting shit.
Right.
Now they made it to the finals off of a 5 seed in a year that they weren't even projected to make the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
That may be based off of my own projection. I didn't make, granted, but I'm basically a sports analyst. So yeah, basically.
Yeah, higher.
So yeah, basically. So I put that tweet out. I'm like, what are the 2 worst cities? Because I'm like, Florida garbage. I have my own thing against Florida, and mainly because I live there technically. and LA just being like, I think the problem I have with LA is just how good they are.
They are good.
Like, I hate them because of how good they are.
And, like, we were talking about this, I think, like, a week ago. I don't know. But, like, teams that have the money to buy power, like, to buy star power. And, like, that is totally accurate. And, like, I mean, I think I've said this before, but, like, my family, just, like, growing up, like, on my mom's side, super big baseball fans. And, like, my family's always been, like, Yankees, Dodgers, and, like, when the Rockies became a team, definitely the Rockies. And I feel like that is very true. Like, you brought up a great point. Like, Yankees obviously buy their star power. And
I think, so when it comes down to, like, why they're good, I think a good example of this is Duke, right? The Duke men's college basketball team.
Okay.
It goes back to the idea of chicken or the egg. Are they good because they're really good at recruiting, or are they good at recruiting because they're always really good?
Okay. Duke
is always going to be a...
Yeah.
When's the last time they missed March Madness? I can't think of a year they missed it.
Man, I wish I was into basketball enough to know any of the... the first time you asked me to be on a March Madness team, I think that was about 6 years ago.
When I asked you to do a bracket challenge?
Yeah, bracket. I literally, I went on and I was like, oh, this team has a really cool mascot. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good state. That's how I pick my teams. I've never really been into basketball, but I will one day, maybe. We'll see.
The last time Duke missed the championship was in 96.
24 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Recruiting tactics.
Right. And it's completely irrational because I really liked Duke last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or I guess 2 years now. 2 years ago was Zion.
Right.
He was so fun to watch. But, it kind of goes back to Lakers, right? I was a huge Kobe hater growing up, which is why it hurt so much when I lost him. I was like, I hated him because he was so good.
It's disrespectful, but I get you.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I'm a very disrespectful person.
Yeah. But no.
But, yeah, so I'm like, I put out that tweet. I'm like, why do the 2 worst cities have to be in every championship this year? But you opened my eyes. You were like, I didn't realize LA did it for Kobe. The Lakers did it for Kobe the same way the Dodgers were going to do it for Chadwick Boseman, who portrayed Jackie Robinson.
In 42. Great movie. Please watch it.
Yeah. And when they were the Brooklyn Dodgers. Still the Dodgers nonetheless, but...
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like... Plus, on top of that, I just hate Florida. I think it's because I always hate wherever I live.
I mean, you know Florida. Me. I'm a big Jackie fan.
Big Jackie fan.
I love Jackie. He brought the Dodgers to their first championship in the first place, 1955. Like, I will always love Jackie Robinson. I mean, he opened the door. Like, when I look at baseball now, I think about all my favorite baseball players of all time, and I think Jackie, Derek Jeter, and I'm like, Jackie opened the door for Derek Jeter. That's just why I will always have so much respect for the Dodgers, and I will always cheer them on. But 2021, you know who's going to take it?
Not the Rockies.
Don't even say that, Mike. Colorado Rockies. I'm calling it right now.
You're going to jinx it. If they miss 2021 World Series, no, this is your fault. If they miss it, it's your fault.
Listen, okay? Was it my fault in Rocktober when they literally got shut out?
No. That's yeah.
So what's the vibe then?
What's the vibe? Oh, jeez. The vibe is I think for the Rockies, we let a lot of good talent go to waste all the time, and there's just a bunch of mismanagement of that. We just let go. We missed someone's option. Oh, what player was it?
Michael's really great at research, but also really great at forgetting a lot of things.
Yeah, I hate remembering names. It takes effort.
See, I wish I could say that, but I just wish I could remember things in general. People will tell me something 2 seconds ago and I'll forget. Right before I got here, I drove all the way to my house and then drove all the way back to Safeway because I forgot where I was going. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
It was bad. That's why it took me like 25 minutes to get here.
Do you ever read, like, you ever hear that about, like, why you forget, like, when you enter a room, you forget why you came in there?
No, and it's like The Sims. Like, are you talking about, like God is playing The Sims with you?
That's
and,
funny.
And he, like, cancels.
And he cancels right when you, that's funny.
That's
oh my
what
goodness. This is a simulation.
That'll be a simulation theory by 3rd Street.
Simulation theory. Theories by 3rd Street.
Theories by 3rd Street. Mine are more realistic than yours, I would say.
Then they're less of theories.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, get shit on.
What was your theory about Turner, real quick, that you were telling me about?
Oh yeah. So he got so Mike Turner, right? The player that was tested positive for coronavirus and went in and still celebrated with the team, basically just in a very unsafe way. Whether that was right or wrong, not the question necessarily. I think we need to be looking at it as he had planned this. Think about it, right?
Okay.
They lose game 6 the other night. Then they lose game 7, which he wouldn't have been able to play because of his positive tests.
Okay.
You can blame it on he wasn't able to play. That was, one of their key players.
Yeah, of course.
Right. He was out. And on top of that, the fact that he was around all the players, pre-game and during the game of game 6, it's in the players' heads now. Now they don't know how to play. They're not playing right because they got it all in their heads. Lose the World Series. That's his outing. That's the Dodgers outing. 2018 is because Astros cheated. That one was real.
I hate Houston.
Yeah.
I hate Houston.
Fuck Houston. They're garbage.
Everything about them. All their sports teams.
Yeah.
Just, ugh. I just cannot believe that happened. And then, I'm not even going to get into it. We do not have the time for me to rant about Houston.
Yeah, what is this, like a podcast or something for you?
I am going to say one thing. How do you live with yourself knowing that you're a professional athlete and you still have to cheat to beat people? Like, that's just so embarrassing. Like, that needs therapy. You obviously do not have self-respect.
They need a team therapist.
They really do. Yeah. Like, that is just, like, a lack of self-confidence.
They're just terrible.
But I'm sorry. I'm not going into the Astros today.
Regardless.
Yes.
That was his excuse, right?
He
was playing it. He was hedging his bets. He was playing it safe. And the fact that they didn't lose that game, then he was like, you know what? It doesn't matter because you know what? People talk about it the next day, then talk about it the next 2 days. And then a week later, guess what? The election. Nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about baseball anymore. They just care about who the president is.
That's true. I mean, really.
Genius.
No one's even talking about the Lakers anymore.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Genius.
Conspiracy theories by Mikey P.
Conspiracy. Pff, this is real.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
I promise you, this will be a continuous thing. This man's. Halloween.
With that, let's transition to Halloween.
Halloween is tomorrow.
Is it happening?
Are you doing anything?
I honestly don't even usually do anything. It takes effort to do something.
What was your dream Halloween costume this year? Because I'm really bummed that I can't do mine.
Okay, this year I think it would have been good last year. I had a couple this year. I don't remember what the second one was. Oh, I was gonna be White Jesus. Because
you got the hair for it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. I haven't had a haircut since January.
And I like how you said White Jesus.
Right. Well, yeah, he was Middle Eastern.
I appreciate that. No, yeah.
I'd have to be White Jesus, otherwise it'd be racist.
Yeah. Not racist.
I'm thinking up here.
You definitely have the hair for it. That would have been a good costume.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I got home the week, like when I got home last time and my mom picked me up, she's like, oh my goodness, you need a haircut. You look like Jesus. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh, perfect Halloween costume. I'll just carry around a water bottle full of wine. I'm up here, Renika.
Oh my god. You want to know what I was going to be?
What are you going to be?
Waluigi.
Oh, but make it sexy?
No. Absolutely not. No. I'm very lanky. But the only reason I wanted to do it is because I love doing the voice.
Can do it for the listeners at home real quick.
Waluigi!
Oh my goodness, it's perfect.
Thank you. I was so excited. I'm a
little turned on.
Oh, really?
Not gonna lie, that could be sexy Waluigi.
Should we stop this right now?
We should.
Oh. Sorry guys, we gotta go. I just wanted to be Waluigi so bad. I'm not gonna lie, one of my friends from college was Wario last year, and it was one of the best costumes. Like, it was amazing. I took so many, like, I was just, like, running around the party. Like, I was like, everyone, you gotta go see this costume. It's amazing. It's so funny. I'll show you a picture after, but it was so great. And, like, I don't know, I was, like, the Mario Party, when I got a Switch, I got Mario Party. And then, like, of course, I just started playing, like, usually I pick Donkey Kong. Like, I've always loved Donkey Kong.
I don't think I've ever played with you when you weren't Donkey Kong.
Yeah, no, exactly. But then I just started picking Waluigi, and I was like, bro, I do such a good Waluigi impersonation. How have I never been Waluigi for Halloween?
Waluigi. That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so excited, but I guess that's a 2021 kind of situation that I gotta wait for. But
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll just, like, wear a onesie, because I'll probably just be handing out candy this year with my mom.
True.
Since I'm back home, but I don't know. I'm like nervous that kids aren't gonna come out. I like hope that they're safe, but I also like don't want them to miss out.
That's so tough.
So
last year was fuck them kids. This year, now we're doing Halloween for the kids. They had to miss out a lot this year.
They really did. And like even like Santa, like you can't go take pictures of, like with Santa at the mall. Like
no.
I feel so bad for kids like going through this pandemic right now. Like of course it's hard on everyone, but like you like obviously we all know when we were kids like this part of the year is the best part of the year
because then I'm also like, oh, we're almost to Christmas break too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's 2 weeks off from school.
Yeah.
And it starts with Halloween.
I don't know. Like, I really hope that, like, at least, like, you know, some parents will do, if they don't want to bring their kids out, which is totally understandable. I hope that they'll, like, have, like, a little Halloween party at their house, have everyone dress up, like, watch some scary movies. I don't know. I just, like, I've never, like, been a huge Halloween person, but I've always loved trick-or-treating. Like, I didn't stop trick-or-treating until I graduated high school. Like, I love it.
I think I stopped when I was, like, 14 or 15.
Yeah. Like, it's fun.
It was so much fun.
And, like, just, like, it's not even, like, about getting the candy. It's about, like, hanging out with your friends, like, going around, just walking around with your friends. Like,
I remember me and my cousin, we would do, like, half the night in my neighborhood, and then one of our parents would take us to the other person's neighborhood.
Yeah.
We read it up.
One time I almost got shot on Halloween. That's, like, one of my best memories. I was with my little brother, who's, like, technically my little cousin, but, like, I was with my little brother. And then, like, some friends that I grew up with from church. And one of those little idiots, a car drove by us. Of course, we're in the middle of Aurora, Colorado. A car drives by us, and he said something to him. I think he just, like, flipped them off, yelled, like, said something. They, like, literally, like, in the movies, like, brakes screeched, made a U-turn, and they started, like, we were, like, 12. They were chasing, like, 12-year-old children. We, like, hid behind one of those, like, big electrical boxes and just, like, waited it out. And, like, we saw them, like, drive back a few times, and then, like, finally they drove away. But, like, that is one of my favorite...
That is a quality memory.
That's one of my favorite memories of Halloween.
And
like,
kids can't have that this year.
Yes, like... I will never forget that. And I know that doesn't sound like a fun memory, but that shit was fun. Like, we had...
I trust you. It sounds fun.
It was fucking fun.
It sounds exciting.
It was a lot for my 12-year-old blood pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably got your heart racing.
I was living on the edge.
Yes, you were.
I was wilding out. But I guess since, you know, I mean, like, you can also just wear masks for Halloween.
Okay, that's the other thing. I was like, how does this relate to Halloween? Everybody wears masks.
Yeah.
Our anti-maskers who love Halloween, what are they going to do? Are they just not going to have Halloween? Are they going to stop believing in their beliefs for a night?
They'll probably just have a Halloween party filled with, like, 35 people and just not do anything. Require that everyone's costumes does not have a mask. Very much. Yeah. That's what they'll do. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I know that they're going to be finding people, like, because I know at least Aurora, Arapahoe County is getting more on lockdown, so I
don't think Miami was.
Yeah.
I still think they have most of their nightclubs and everything open. They stayed with, like, couple weeks ago, they went up to open things up a little bit more, and then just kept it.
Yeah.
I don't know what cases are like out there. Very uninformed.
You'll go back eventually. You're going back like next week, right?
Yeah. I'll find out.
That'll be exciting. Well, I mean, this year, everyone, I feel like all we can say, the vibes.
The vibes.
Vote, number one. That is the number one vibe. You guys gotta vote.
This is the vibe. Voting is the vibe.
Voting is the vibe.
It is the vibe.
Wearing a mask is the vibe.
Wearing a mask is a vibe.
And staying safe and healthy over this wonderful Halloween.
Halloween.
Now that's a vibe.
That's a vibe.
So closing it out, this has been Vibrate or Diedrate.
We're vibing out.
You can find me Instagram at _3rd Street _.
You can find me my Instagram at _the Mikey P.
And final message to our future kids: if you listen to another episode of this, you're grounded. Thank you, guys.
To your future kids.
It's our future kids.
Oh, yeah.
Except they just won't know you because I'm not telling them that you're the father.
It's completely valid.
Actually, they can't listen to this episode either.
Well.
Signing off. Thanks, guys.